If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Check out Potown Store. It's a fantastic website with instant email delivery on all the code cards you could possibly want for PTCGO. And if you use Tablemon code when you're checking out, you get 5% off your final purchase. For the European players, Millibuds Gaming has everything from collectibles to all the latest cards from the latest sets, Cosmic Eclipse, Hidden Fates, and everything from Sun and Moon. Don't forget to check it out and use Tablemon code when checking out in order to get 5% off your final purchase. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new day, a brand new stream of Road to TCG Worlds 2020. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to continue preparing for Dallas, playing a wide variety of decks. Alex, thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us today. So we have a dark theme today as we are going to be playing with Zoroark, Raticate, and then we are going to be playing with Turbo Dark. So let's jump right into the deck. We have Zoroark, of course. The ability trait is going to be our main draw engine in this in this deck as we try to find the right cards and the right pieces for Raticate's Super Fang attack. Super Fang allows you to put damage counters on defending Pokemon until its remaining HP is 10, and using Shrine of Punishment or Hypnotoxic Laser or Dowsing Machine to get either of those, we are going to be utilizing Super Fang to get rid of the big threats that this deck usually has a tough time handling, and Zoroark's Righteous Beating will be used in order to counteract and deal with everything else, right? Anything that's not attack team, anything that is in range of Zoroark, we will use Zoroark, and anything that's out of range, we will use this fabulous Raticate. So that's the idea behind the deck. We have Professor Elms to search for our basics, Dittos, Rattatas, and Zoruas, and even Exeggcute. We have Sycamore, we have Ents, we have Colress, we have Guzmas, we have Ultra Balls, and Cherish Balls to search our deck and get that set up. We have the trio, the draw trio as I like to call it, of Shaymin-EX, Dedenne-GX, and Tapu Lele-GX. So we have all the support we could possibly want, and we have a bunch of energies, namely the triple acceleration, which is fantastic as it immediately powers up Super Fang. So let's jump into the ladder, see if we can get some wins with this deck. And the other deck we will be playing is Turbo Dark without ADP this time. Shorter-ish stream today, shorter-ish stream today, purely because I started off late. I actually enrolled in a motion graphics I enrolled in a motion graphics course to try and increase the quality of videos and Twitch streams and whatnot. So that's going to be taking a lot, that's going to be taking up time from my day, right? It's a 6-week course, and there's going to be travel as well within this 6 weeks. So I'm going to try my best to continue the daily video streak. But if I miss out on a day or so, please bear with me. The channel has also, for the first time ever since I started the channel, I actually lost subscribers during the course of a month. During December, I lost subscribers overall, so that was really sad to see. And views overall are slightly lower than I would like them to, but I mean, oh well. Okay, so geez, not a great start for us here with this clogged up hand. We'll be able to set up for 2, hopefully drawing like an Ultra Ball or a Cherish Ball or something of this sort. The Ditto is helpful, that's for sure. The Ditto is certainly helpful. I gotta Float Stone this, and then let's go ahead and set up for 3 more. Excuse me, so... I mean, I have knockout on that guy next turn. So I don't need to Lele for anything. I guess I could have Lele'd away the Stretcher. I mean, Ultra Ball away the Stretcher on the Float Stone to grab Lele for Elves? It doesn't seem super worth it though. Alright, so we see a Jasmine. Since my opponent's going second, they get to search for 5 metal Pokemon instead of just 1, which is really, really nice. Really, really nice for sure. Oh, is my opponent doing the metal challenge? Is that what they're doing? Is that why I'm playing against this really not so great metal deck? Well, no, I guess because he's playing Max Elixirs. Unless he's just playing that to scare you away from not leaving the game. Why would I get paired up against these sort of people? Okay, so it's not actually that, which is good news, right? I can 1-KO this guy as long as I find Field Blower, which is nice. This guy's dead now, which is always great. always great. So yeah, not a bad start. And we actually are going to benefit from my opponent's Jasmine, in the sense that the extra basic Pokemon he was able to find, we are actually in a great spot to take advantage of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and trade. I won't be ending myself after I take 3 prizes just now. Shrine is nice to try and get another KO next turn. I feel like I should set up another Zorua. His 1 trade is a little underwhelming, but meh. Let's just go Super Fang. We'll get 3 prizes. We have Rattata, we have our backup Rattata. We're not threatened by anything that my opponent's doing, especially not after he missed the Max Elixir. And this just guarantees another knockout, which is fantastic. There's the Zorua that we were talking about. These Zoras should be, strictly speaking, the Paralyzing Gaze ones, because they are better overall in Expanded. But these look way nicer, right? Those look way nicer. Alright, so we're gonna see a Stellwish, we see Melmetal GX, and that's the Pokemon that gets the energy, surprisingly. Maybe I should have focused on this guy. Oh no, never mind, this guy has free retreat. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so I guess my plan now to win is just attach DC, retreat, KO this, and then go retreat, triple, KO that, or that, whatever is attacking me. Pretty simple and pretty straightforward. This is not a deck that you're going to be facing up at Dallas, at least not past round 1. So nothing to really be too worried about. If this Elixir hits and my opponent decides to retreat as well and take the knockout, then we have the backup Raticate to just get the knockout. So it's fine either way. It's fine either way. Alright, so let's go ahead and bench. Well, I should be trading first. Strictly speaking, I should be trading first. And I should have Pal Compressor first. Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. Focus, Pablo. Focus. Okay. So Pal Compressor away that, and that. It seems solid enough. And then let's go attach DC. We shall go ahead and retreat. I could have Guzma and whatnot, but I really don't need to. I guess I'll counter with this just to get this guy benched. Don't want to end. We'll just go ahead and ride cheese beating. Not bad at all, right? Not bad at all. Yeah, another DC. There's an Ultra Ball. So I don't know. I mean, my opponent's playing like a really big focused metal deck, but it's just not competitive enough. right? Maybe our losses from the previous stream are the reason why we are playing as such a deck where our MMR or internal ranking actually decreased so much that we are playing against this deck. But it's fine. We'll just have to get some wins. Today's decks are definitely very competitive, so we'll have to get some wins and hopefully get our MMR back up to its finest. Alright. Oh, my hand actually hurts. My finger hurts. I don't know why. So yeah, my opponent is going through emotions. We're gonna make him a surprise. We're gonna go Guzma, Shrine, triple KO, the Lucario Medal. Because why not, right? Because why not? So we'll do this. And then we will do this. And then we will do this. We will discard something ourselves. And Super Fang for the KO. Well, Super Fang for 250 damage, and then Shrine will place the 1 damage counter onto a Lucario Medal, and that will do the job. Very nice. Very, very nice. Raticate seems interesting, and yeah, I agree. Raticate seems interesting, and it did pretty well in Japan, right? Hey, Thelis Network. Did pretty well in Japan. So why not, right? I mean, the problem is getting the Raticates. I don't own a single one. And I checked my expanded cards the other day. I only own 1 Aromatisse, so that's not very nice. And I own 0 Zoroark-Ninjas. Because I like the last time I played expanded was March in real life, so 10 months ago. So that's not good. Right? That is not good. Alright. So we're up against a purple-green deck, or Psychic Grass. We win the coin flip. Awesome. And very bad start. Very, very bad start, actually. We need a huge top deck to bail us out here. You visit the vendors the morning of every expanded regionals. Well, see, the big brain play right there is to not play expanded regionals. I could just lose here. That way you don't have to visit the vendor. No, generally, like, yeah, it's been so long since I played expanded. I'm hoping, like this weekend I have a cup, so I'm hoping to go around some stores, and since there's no expanded tournaments in Mexico, I expect, like, Zoroark-Ninja to be super cheap, Ultra and Guzma to be super cheap, and I'll go through their old cards, I guess, and see if I can find... wow, my opponent just attached the Fine Free to this guy. He would have knocked out my Rattata. Yeah, I'll just go through their cards and see if I can... oh, he'll just find Float Stone here, I guess. And see if I can find some cool stuff. Oh, wow. Burbank City Gym. Wow, this would be such a great matchup where you just had some sort of setup. You don't any Raticate either. The broken affiliate link may come in handy. Yeah, I mean, that's the best thing you can do, right? Use the TCG player affiliate link down below in case... Oh, I have to add it to Twitch, actually. I have to add that Twitch panel. Alright, so that's a card. Maybe I should have Float Stone retreated. Meh. I don't think I'll be needing Choice Band this matchup, so I'm going to attach the Choice Band to the Exeggcute to decrease the chance of me finding Choice Band afterwards, and now I am dead. And now we are dead Aruni. Alright. Not a great showcase of the deck right there. That was very sad, in fact. You know what this deck doesn't have? Bench barrier Pokemon. I definitely think you need to add that before, like for Mewtwo decks, 100% you need a bench barrier Pokemon, which I do not have right now, and I definitely should. I got greedy with the third Rattata, but I definitely need a Mew, or I want a Mew rather. And Mew, like its attack, it could be situationally useful, simply because like if you didn't find Hypnotoxic or you didn't find Shrine, and you use that, but you leave them at 10 HP, then you can use Mew to finish them off, right? And Teal's Network. Stores near me, yeah, they have Spanish and English cards. Spanish cards, however, have only started being sold like within the last 2 to 3 years. So any expanded cards I should be able to find in English. But for example, I own 2 Tropical Beaches, but in Spanish. So even if I wanted to use a Tropical Beach-based deck, I would not be able to because I only own Spanish Tropical Beaches and not English Tropical Beaches. Yeah, there are no expanded tournaments in Mexico City. There are some in other parts of the country, especially in the peninsula. The Yucatan Peninsula, they do have expanded tournaments, and I'm actually traveling to a cup. I can't believe I'm flying for a cup, but I am flying for a cup the weekend after Dallas for a double cup weekend where there's a standard cup on Saturday and an expanded cup on Sunday. So you gotta do what you gotta do for that stipend, right? For the travel award, rather. Okay. But yeah, card availability, at least for me, is definitely an issue for expanded regionals. And it that might sway my decision on what to play purely because of card access. Because I don't plan on going to too many expanded regionals as well, so it's not like I want to go overboard and spend too much money on cards that I get to use like once every 10 months, right? So I don't know. If I'm trying to win the tournament though, which I definitely am, I should just spend whatever I need to, but oh well. What's the deal with mixed language decks? Isn't it just if that decks are in a language that's not native to where the tournament is, you have to bring translations? Not quite, hot cup or noodle. So the rules say if you are playing a regional tournament in any country, you have to abide by that country's rules. So for example, if me as a Mexican player, right, I do have access to Spanish cards, but if I go, like I do, right, if I travel to the United States in order to attend a regional, like I only use cards from that particular place where I'm playing the regional, so I can only use English cards. Yeah, it's not good enough for me to bring translations. It is forbidden for me to use Spanish cards, okay, even though I'm from Mexico. Exceptions have been made in the past, but the official rule is you may not. Okay, I may not use Spanish cards anywhere in the United States. However, for international tournaments, so for the LATAM IC, the OCIC, EUIC, and NAIC, for those 4 tournaments, you can use cards from your own region, right? So in Mexico, you can use English and Spanish. So if I go to the North American International, there I can use Spanish and English cards, okay? And then you don't bring your own translations to those tournaments. They have translations in hand, for you to use to make sure that you can, so that there aren't any issues, right? But for regional tournaments, you have to abide by the regional rules. So anyone outside of the US who travels to the United States to attend a regional, they may not use any cards other than English language cards. And Sealed Network, vanilla invite, I agree. I mean, I need 250 CP for the vanilla invite, right? So, like, I always know I'm going to get an invite. But I won 3 cups, got top 4 at another one, and then got top 8 at San Diego Regionals within a span of 3 weekends. So right now I'm in first place of the EUIC stipend. And if I invest $80 on the flight to go play some local cups, I have the possibility to maintain my top 4 spot for the travel award and earn myself a $3,500 stipend or travel award for EUIC, which I already have my flight booked for. So this particular quarter is when it makes sense for me to push for that particular scenario, right? I didn't push in quarter one. I only played local tournaments. I didn't even fly to regionals. Quarter two, it makes sense for me to do this. Quarter three, I don't know what's going to happen. I actually don't know what's going to happen in quarter three. Depends on how well, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm taking it like on a, wow. I'm taking it on a per quarter thing, like an analysis per quarter. But yeah, like I really shouldn't pass up on the stipend because it is a significant amount of money, right? So I'm investing 80 to get 3,500. So that seems like a good enough trade, right? If I get it, right? And if I only get like the regular stipend, which is $1,000, that's also decent, right? Like I definitely cannot complain if I get that by spending $80 to fly to the Cups, right? So it's kind of like a win-win in a way. I don't know what to discard here. I guess the Float Stone. I need a Raticate or an Ultra Wall. Okay, I whiffed. So do I just go in with Zoroark? I guess. No harm, no foul. I end away his Algorithm GX. This deck I don't think it's good right now. But yeah, we're in a good spot here. We only have one Rattata, but that's fine. I guess, I didn't get greedy with the Sudowoodo because I just needed one Ultra Wall or one Raticate, but oh well, it's fine. Yeah, it is quite a grind though. Like I absolutely hate what they did in terms of the stipend and the adjustments they make to where like you can play 8 cups every quarter to add to your tally. Like that's ridiculous. This quarter I am getting the benefit of that, but it's ridiculous, and it means I have to spend every single weekend playing Pokemon basically. It's stupid. Whoever came up with that needs to get fired from Pokemon, in my opinion. It's just so dumb, right? So dumb. Like I've already hit my best finish limit for cups. For worlds, I can still make improvements, of course, but it's ridiculous. It's genuinely ridiculous. And like the improvements I can make is only top 4 and onwards. I think I have 2 top 8s or maybe just 1. I know I have 3 wins and 2 finals, and then I think 2 top 4s and 1 top 8. So I can get 1 better top 4, and then anything else beyond that, unless I get to a final, I don't improve my score. Okay. So I'm feeling pretty confident here. Don't need to end. Sorry. Don't need to end against my opponent. I also don't need a 4th Zoroark setup really. Battle Compressor. I have. Okay, so my other Raticate is indeed priced. I do have 4 via Seekers, so I guess I can get rid of these. Because I have access to anything pretty much. And then I can trade away, what, this? Does it matter? Sure, I'll trade away that. Still no Ultra Wall or no Raticate. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna retreat to prevent a prize, and I'll go ahead and attack. Well, let's Colress, just to add a little variety to our hand. Like we basically have knockout on this and then knockout on that for game, so the game shouldn't last for more than 2 turns unless we get end and completely whiff, which I'm hoping will not be the case. That Exeggcute is very nice to have access to. But yeah, flying for a cup. I never thought I would fly for a League Cup. At least I get to play 2 in the same place. So I have 1 League Cup this weekend, then I have Dallas, and then I have 2 League Cups afterwards. And honestly, in terms of stipend, it might even be better for me to get like top 64 in Dallas, get 50 CP for that, and then play the cup afterwards. I don't know. I mean, obviously my intention is to win the tournament, right? It always is, but last season I played 3 expanded regionals and I got 40 championship points out of the 3 total. Like I got 1500, over 1500 championship points in standard and 40 in expanded, so not the best record right there for me. Okay, I'm down to Sky Fields, but I still have my Dowsing Machine. There's my my 4 VS Seekers, which is pretty funny to look at, and I definitely can't get rid of 1 Shrine. Wow, I'm just not gonna find either Dowsing Machine or the other thing. I guess this trade should have been with the dude. Oh my gosh, I whiffed. I actually whiffed. Okay, I just wanted to KO Lele here. Since that's not going to happen though, I'll do this. I'll VS Seeker Guzma. And this is where my opponent plays his Tech Belelba. Should I play around that? I guess I should. I'm gonna play around a random Belelba in my opponent's deck. And then I'll play down Shrine, because if my opponent doesn't counter it, then I no longer need a my opponent doesn't immediately counter it, I no longer need. Oh, I guess I could have played that and Hypnotoxic to KO this guy. But like, anyways, if my opponent goes N or whatever, like I just need 10 more damage on Lele, and then this Choice Bandit Zoroark can get the KO. So we're good here. We are good. We are in a good spot. We are in a good spot. Field Blower, that's fine. Well, we lose the Choice Band too, but it's not the end of the world. I'm hoping I can find my last Sky Field or my my Dowsing Machine off of my 4 trades when I have 5 cards left. I'm assuming I will be able to, right? Well, okay, so that helps my opponent, but I do have N. I mean, I do have 4 trades, is what I meant. So I still get to see a ton of cards. And that finds me nothing super useful. I do get to thin, I guess, but doesn't find me anything particularly useful. So there's still a chance I don't win this next turn. I guess I'm also low on basics. Alright, so I'm gonna go Propagation. And I'm gonna go ahead and Ultra Wall away these 2. Grab myself the Rattata. I do have Dowsing Machine and I have Stretcher. I basically need to draw my whole deck, I guess. So Propagation. I'll trade. I mean, I should be able to pull this off, right? I should be able to. That's kinda useful, not really. Trade. So my last 2 prizes are, oh no, I only have 2 Sky Fields actually. Okay, so there's a Stretcher. There's a Stretcher. I'm not gonna play it yet. I'm gonna trade the Exeggcute. How have I not found a VS Seeker? How have I not found a VS Seeker? Alright, there we go. So now I go Propagation, a Dowsing Machine, get rid of these 2, I guess, doesn't really matter. And then we will grab a Sky Field. I guess I can just grab Choice Band. Yeah, Choice Band gets me the KO, never mind. Choice Band, Laser, Bench gets me the KO. So I'll do that, I'll do that, I'll do that. Sure, we'll get rid of the tool. And then we'll do that. And that is exactly 160 damage. And that is the KO. So this, I guess, knocking out with Raticate last turn was better because we can always KO this, but we can't always want to KO Metagross. So this was the correct way to do it. This was indeed the correct way to do it. Alright, Field Blower and Raticate. Alright. Not bad, right? Not bad at all. Let's try and go for one more game. Where hopefully we don't dead draw and we can raise rather our we can raise our MMR. All right. Alright, let's call it coin flip. We get a hello from Jazz 523, and we get to go first. Do you think you'll play the 4th place Portland Guardian or Amethyst user redirected? I already played something very similar to that. If you check out my YouTube channel, yeah, youtube.com/Tablemon, you will be able to find that particular video. Definitely, at the time I made it, I didn't think of including a Mega Lopunny Jigglypuff. It should be in there, but overall, I've definitely featured Expanded Guardian a couple of times. Ooh, we're up against a Raticate deck as well. So this is a Raticate mirror match. Interesting. Is it paired with Zoroark? You would assume so, right? You would definitely assume so. Alright, so this is gonna be pretty funny. 1, 2, and 3. I think this is like the most versatile. This is like having 3 Rattatas and, well, no, 2 Rattatas and 3 Zoruas. So almost 5 basic Pokemon, but when you only have 4 total. Any plans to cover Azul's Durant expanded deck, Jonathan Seiler? No, not particularly, but now that you've mentioned it, I definitely can. I'll ask him if he's okay with me featuring it, and I'll definitely look into it. Yeah, I'll be happy to do so. I will be happy to do so. Alright. So my opponent benches Lele. My opponent benches Tapu Lele. For Lily, interesting. So yeah, I mean, between the escape board and the Lily, this might be Jirachi based, or it's actually Ariados based instead of Zoroark based. So the Lele helps, but yeah, underwhelming turn for my opponent. We're gonna knock out Rattata, then Zoroark will 100% be safe. Raticate will also be 100% safe. So things are looking good here. Okay, I'm gonna set up for 3, and then I'm gonna Colress for 6. That seems relatively useful. I am actually going to trade away the Exeggcute, that way I have access to it after I Colress. And this is just beautiful. Rattata, and then Colress for 7, and I still have a trade left. This is just very, very nice. We'll go ahead and propagate. Okay, so thank you so much. What was that? Why didn't I see the alert? Extreme Bird, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, there it is. Thank you so much for the follow, Extreme Bird. Welcome to the stream. BBQ Champion as well. Thank you so much for visiting us. Thank you so much, guys, for the follow. Guys and gals, of course. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. All right. We get a price card. We lose the triple. That's fine. We're in a pretty good spot here, I would say. We see the Ariados, which puts us, which poisons us, but each, oh, it's once during your turn. I thought it was only when you evolved. Okay, so he can always poison us, which is nice. That teammates, he has to bench. Well, he doesn't have to, but ideally he benches double Rattata. That way I can only KO one of them. I have guaranteed knockout on Lele with the Float Stone, Shrine, and triple. So I don't mind that too much. But if I can go Guzma KO Rattata, then that means my Zoroark is safe for another turn. Which means I am being very cost effective by taking 2 prizes. More than 2 prizes with my 2 prize Pokemon. Is this the Japanese Zorua deck? It's based on that a little, yeah. But the Japanese deck, it had Puzzle of Time and I think X-Maniac, I'm not sure. Whereas this deck, it definitely doesn't have that. Because it's just not something you can play, so yeah. Okay, so you'll see sometimes I use Propagation Trade and other times I don't. I think, well, the reasoning for that is you don't always want to Propagate Trade. You actually want to trade away cards that you don't intend on using, right? That you know will not be useful in this particular matchup or with the amount of setup that you currently have, right? I forgot I benched that, so yeah, it's not always, like for example here, I think I'm going to trade away the Sudowoodo because I don't see myself needing it in this matchup, and if I get End down to a low card, a low hand size, I don't want to draw that Sudowoodo again, you know? I did find the Guzma, I talked about the Guzma, but then I just decided not to, but that's because I found it off my last trade, which I forgot to do before I retreated, so a few sequencing errors. I mean, if this Raticate takes down a Zoroark, that's completely fine by me as well. We're so far ahead, and you can compare a Zoroark deck with a pure Ariados. He also chooses to use Ariados' ability on the Raticate, which means he's gonna knock out my Raticate, and that's fine. We are going to be 3 prizes ahead still. We have the guaranteed knockout. I would like to start finding a DC instead of using up my triples, but I also have the special charge, so it's not a big deal. Mew is a nice way to utilize Raticate's attack without sacrificing the Raticate. But at 2 prizer, 120 HP Pokemon, oof, right? It's, I mean, Shaymin, at least it stays on the bench for the most part, and you can Sky Return it, so it's not that bad in terms of you can do something to get it out of there. But the Mew, if you're attacking with it, then you're just granting your opponent the 2 prizes, because dealing 120 damage in today's expanded format is just, it's a joke, right? So for example, here I'm going to go ahead and trade an N. Trading away an N, I'm going to trade away the other N. I don't see myself ending my opponent at any point, and if I do need to, I can just be a Seeker. And then I'm going to go ahead and trade a Zorua. I think that's solid, and then we'll go ahead and Rescue Stretcher. Back Zorua, Rattata, and Raticate. And then I'll go ahead and Propagation for Propagation Ultra Ball, right? 4 for the Rattata. For the Rattata, in case we need like a big hit on something, and then I'll just attach here, I guess, and I'll go ahead and Righteous Beating for the KO. And then all I need to do next turn is go Guzma, attach energy, KO that guy. Super simple. Super simple and straightforward. Okay. So Mew, Ditto, not a big deal. If the Mew EX wasn't benched, then it would take us 2 more turns to win. It's only gonna take us 1 more turn. I'm pretty happy with that, you know? Now, Can you guys tell me, can you people tell me if the sound is fine for my video? Because I got a comment the other day that my voice sounded like a tin can, which is pretty funny. But I'm really awful at sound. I'm really awful at sound, and like this microphone I bought it 4 years ago when I started YouTube. So maybe it is, I am due for an upgrade. Right, maybe I am due for an upgrade. Alright, so my point goes for the Super Fang. It's able to get the KO on the Zoroark, as expected. However, we have a very simple Guzma KO for the win. It sounds good, okay. Thank you so much for letting me know, Extreme Bear. I don't even need to bench anything or attach Choice Band. I just deal 100 damage and that's GG. So it's like we're doing the same concept, but the draw power that Zoroark provides and the pressure allows you to do versus my opponent, like other than Raticate, he had no attacker. So how do you get KOs? Like how do you beat a non-GX deck? Well, Zoroark is definitely a much more reliable partner for that. But yeah. That will be all for our Zoroark Raticate deck. It definitely worked out pretty nicely. Very fluid, except for that one game where we didn't find anything and we just lost in 2 turns, but that can happen no matter what you put into the deck. So yeah, that will be all for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're live with me on Twitch, don't go anywhere. I will be right back in just a second after this commercial break with our Turbo Dark deck. Don't go anywhere.